Okay guys, the big question is, did we make a huge mistake buying an American truck? This is what it's saying. Slow down, the car's just revving way more than what it should. Sue just had a quick Google while I was driving, and it says that, yeah, you know, you shouldn't do it, blah blah blah, and boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far.
Proudly brought to you by iCheck TPMS.
Right, welcome back to a very stressful team at Just Vanning It. We have currently pulled over on the side of the road out in the middle of the high country. So coming down the road, I've had some lights come up on the dashboard and some messages on the dashboard. Let me show you. This is what it's saying. Service, hang on, service emission system, see owner's manual. Look at this, engine light on, and I can't clear that code like by pressing the button here. Normally it'll allow you to go over so you can see what's going on the dashboard. So what's the go? We are in the middle of nowhere, aren't we?
We are, but that's all right. I've looked, the closest dealership is Wodonga.
There you go.
And that's 64 kilometers. So we were planning on doing 300 k's today. That's not going to happen.
No.
Because we obviously need to get it into a dealership as soon as possible.
And also, all of a sudden, when driving, we've lost aircon.
And very high revs.
And revving very, very high. Like there's no cold air coming out of that at all.
And it's a beautiful 34 degrees today.
Hey,
in the high country.
We're driving with the windows open. So
yeah.
It is a Sunday, so we can't find GMSV till there's a showground in Wodonga that we've stayed at before. Yep. When we had to go through there to get some stuff. So I think that's something we're going to have to head for. There's nothing more I can do. I don't have a scan tool for this car. I mean, I got the bonnet open, but that means nothing to me. It all looks fine. So I have made a phone call. Let me close this. Bloody short. Made a phone call to our friend. It's got a Chevy. Says it should be fine to keep going. It's just going to rev really high. We are sort of in the middle of nowhere. Most probably could call our roadside assist, but he said to me you should be able to do, because it's 278 k's to go until it will only go as fast as 106 k's, which we don't do anyway, and it's 54 k's to Wodonga. So I think we tick along easy, and we will phone Wodonga tomorrow, but we'll keep you up to date how it goes and what the showground looks like, because we have stayed before, but I don't think we recorded here. And in that way it puts us, we think there's power, there's water, and we'll be close to some shops and stuff if we need to Uber to a shop. But another thing is, you call GMSV tomorrow, they might only get you in a couple of weeks.
High revs. I'm pretty sure we'll get there. 63 kilometers.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to
take it easy.
Yeah.
Crawl along.
I'm so nervous. I don't know what, like, am I doing the right thing, or should I get towed to GMSV? No, I don't know. Let's see how we go. Engine light on. That's the only light on.
Sorry to interrupt the episode. If you follow us on YouTube, our episodes are usually 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks behind. If you're wanting to follow our current up-to-date content, hop over to our Facebook or our Instagram page, give us a follow.
Okay, so we just pulled up a little town called Eskvale, I think it's called. It was about 5 k's from where we were sort of pulled over, and the car's just revving way more than what it should. So Sue just had a quick Google while I was driving, and it says that, yeah, you know, you shouldn't do it, blah blah blah. And well, we're gonna just see if this caravan park in this little town here is we can pull up into. That way I can ring them tomorrow, and if they say to me it's fine to drive it to Wodonga when it's due for a service, then I'll drive it, because yeah, I'd just rather get that information from GMSV itself, so in case something else goes wrong, well then they've sort of advised me to drive it to Wodonga, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's a bit of a, you know, you always think it's never going to happen. This is, you know, we broke down in our Ford in 2020 and got roadside assist and towed us 1100 k's, van and Ford. So we have sort of, is it PTSD is the right word of that, and we don't need that.
It says the only thing you can check is if the gas cap is loose or damaged.
What's a gas cap?
And otherwise it says consult a mechanic, and it also says not to drive it because it could cause more damage down the line. So yeah.
All right, well, can you ring the
Yep.
caravan park here in town? What's it called? Eskvale. Is it in Eskvale, eh?
Eskdale.
Eskdale, apologies. There we go. Looks all right. Just make sure that we know we've got power and water, because we don't know how long we're going to be able to.
Hello, you've reached Eskdale.
Oh no.
We're unavailable to answer your call at the moment, but we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Alright, so we are a 2-minute drive, but you're going to turn around and head that way. I reckon we just driving up. I'm sure they'll have space. 2 minutes.
It's changing gears really high revs, isn't it?
It is.
I must probably tone the van, is it's probably not helping.
No.
So that way we, at least we can speak to someone tomorrow. And if I have to go without the van, at least we're not that far. Let's have a look here.
In 300 meters, turn right.
It's almost like it's, I got no power, hey?
No. I'd say if it was driving okay and the light was on, that's fine, but you can feel it's not right, you can hear it's not right. We probably shouldn't be driving it at all.
We've only done 8 k's from camp, so from where we pulled over, most probably, I don't know, 5
Turning
k's,
right here. Yep.
Will be on the left.
Hey?
Turn left, then take the first left.
That's your other
We have no idea
directions
what this
in.
caravan park's like, but sometimes you've just sort of got to go with it, you know. Oh, there's a couple of low trees. Oh look, there's a creek running through here, mate.
There is a little creek, there we go.
Okay, here we are. We've managed to get in. Here's actually another caravan over here, look. There you go, mate. 71 bucks for 2 nights, 35 a night plus $1 card fee. Here we go. I am just going to stay just like that. Put that out for Bobby. And until we can figure out from GMSV what the go is and how long is the wait and all of that kind of stuff. But I've been told just over there is the creek. So what a stunning day. Even though we're having all this all these dramas, or this one drama, the old Chev or Black Angus, we're somehow still staying positive. Hey?
Some water?
Hang on, it's great to see a bin. So our last camp we stayed at, just take your rubbish with you. But IGA's closed in town because, you know, these little towns, 1 o'clock is generally shut, or they may not even be open. There you go. Thank you for the bin. Look, the park is looks a bit old, but very nice. Like, I love these big trees. Obviously lots of these sort of permanent shacks, that holiday shacks. You can see most people are not here, you see. So they must come out here over Easter, Christmas, etc. I just want to get us set up, the aircon pumping, Yeah, and I'm just going to sit down for 5 minutes and just take us all in, get myself a cold beverage, not a beer, just a Coke, and then yeah, I don't even know where this episode's going. This is not what we planned, but these things happen on the road, and how it gets sorted is one thing. Right, good morning. So I have now tried to call the GMSV in Wodonga. They seem quite busy because it is Monday morning, so I've left a message for them to give me a call back in regards to Black Angus, the Chev. I've also made another phone call to a gentleman. He reckons his car was doing possibly a burn off on the DPF. Now, I've had this question with GMSV on the 2024 models. I think this is 2024 model. It's the one with the facelift. It doesn't actually tell you on the dashboard when it's doing a burn off, so you don't know. But apparently he reckons it was doing a burn off, and I should have let the car idle and let it do its thing. But we will wait for GMSV from Wodonga to give me a call back, and we'll hear from them as well what the go is there. Because if it was doing a burn off, and I reckon I should just start the car and let it do its cycle. But at the same time, I've been told it's not a good idea to turn the car off. So yeah, don't have a go at me in the comments. I'm also learning. I thought I was doing the right thing by turning the car off. Oh, it's very dark. And anyway, we're going to wait for GMSV to give us a call back, and then I'll hear from them what the go is. Because if it was doing a burn off and we can get it to complete its burn off, that means we'll be able to get the van to Wodonga, and we can base ourselves there and then get the car serviced.
Ooh, I can hear Derek's wrapped up his call with the dealership. Let's see what's going on. Are we blowing this joint? We're out of Eskdale. What do you mean now?
So they said they did the right thing by pulling up if the engine light's on, but now they want the car towed.
Oh my God, you are kidding.
To GMSV, and they can't organise it. So when we bought the car, it came. Oh, those birds are loud.
They are now.
Come with GMSV roadside assist. So I'm going to have to ring them. Today's Monday. They said they possibly could see the car on Friday, but now I need to phone the roadside assist to find out when they can come and get the car. But I don't think they're going to tow the van. So Wodonga's 51 k's away. I don't know how I'm going to get from here back to Wodonga, because mate, we're in when I say a small town, there's a pub, a survey. The survey's got a small IGA and a bakery. Eskdale, that's it.
Right.
There's no Uber around here to get. They haven't offered me. They didn't mention a sort of
Loan car.
So if I could get a lift with GMSV back, get a loan car. So I don't know. Let's just go and see what the roadside assist here looks like and see. But that's on the windscreen when we bought the car.
Ooh, that sun is bright.
I know.
Beautiful.
Look,
melting away the dew.
We've got to stay positive, mate.
I'm positive.
We're positive people. You know, after the Ford scenario almost 5 years ago now.
Mate, we're on power and water. We've got beautiful greenery around us.
It's just that, obviously, like groceries, like the little RGA has got bread and stuff.
Yeah, we'll be alright with groceries. We'll be fine with groceries.
You know, I just don't want to be hanging around here if we're ever in 10 days, it's $35 a night in a caravan park. But anyway, see, look, I got roadside assist, 1800 GMSV. Right, it's been a few hours. I've got an update. So, car's been towed into the closest GMSV, which is Wodonga, tomorrow morning. They won't tow the caravan. The caravan's too big, which is fine. We can stay here. Hopefully the lady will let us continue our stay here. The problem is I phoned GMSV back and they won't give me a loan vehicle because of the period of time it might take, which is sort of understanding but also frustrating at the same time, because we're 60-70 k's from Wodonga or whatever it is. It's not something I can just jump on a bicycle and cycle to go and fetch the car. So we're gonna have to stay where we are. Fortunately, the little shop in town I've already been, it's got enough to keep you going in terms of food, bread. It's got a few bits and pieces going on. It's actually not a bad little IGA, but that's about it. So I don't know, that's the stressful part, how we're actually going to get this car back to us once it's fixed. I'm hoping possibly it's just a small thing that's got something to do with the DP of burn off or something like that. It's not something that the car will sit there, because then I can't move my caravan. I don't know why the caravan's too big. If the car's going to go on the back of a truck, they just tow the caravan. Don't know. Don't quote me on it. I just don't know. Maybe there's because it's the truck and the caravan will be too long. I don't know. But people are, yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. We'll keep you up to date with it, but we're going to be fine. Stress levels are there, then here, then there, then here. So the main thing is just let's get the car fixed. I'm pretty sure we'll find some way to get from here to pick up the car when it's fixed, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay guys, so it is the next day, so we're 2 days into this, and got the boat off. We've taken all our personal belongings out of the car. I've actually just got to get that fuel tank off, but I've just seen our tow truck's arrived. I don't know, it's pretty late on the Tuesday afternoon, but he's here. I'm just going to go around and see. Yeah, here he comes. Here we go. Here he comes. Black Angus. Taking all the stuff out. I just got to get that fuel can off the top of the boat. And the reason why I've done that is I don't want it to get to Wodonga and they say to me, it's not going to fit on the hoist. What do you reckon? We're going to be left with no transport.
No transport, baby. Just our pins.
All right.
Walking.
You grab that.
All right.
I can get that fuel. I think we should take the fuel can off, though.
All right. Do you reckon people passing by are going to go, there goes another Chevy on the back of a tow truck?
I know everyone is most probably going American trucks. Hey, we broke down in our Ford Ranger. Even the Cruiser gave us troubles, but I think what we're doing here is the right thing to do. Let's put it back on because 70 k's really. And hopefully we get some news back. They got it in on Friday. Today's Tuesday. I'm hoping it gets fixed by the end of Friday so we can get it back before the weekend. Otherwise, mate, we're stuck here. Oh, Black Angus. Fortunately, it still starts because you can't get the column shift out of park into neutral if the car's not on.
Come here.
All right, there she goes. I've no paperwork. Hey? No paperwork whatsoever. And off she goes. Oh, there's a bit uppity on there. See you, mate. See you, Black Angus. All right, guys, we have an update. Firstly, I'd like to say it is Monday. It's almost been a week. We have spent the weekend here. We still have no Chevy, but we're in high spirits. We actually enjoyed our time just being able to relax. We've had a little walk around town. We've been to the pub for tea on Friday night. We took Bobby, and we walked up to the bakery yesterday and still got a coffee. It's all within 5 minutes walk. Also, the RGA in town here has been great. A little bit dear as expected, but we sort of go and get what we need per day because I don't want to do groceries as such here, where you could go to a Coles or Woolworths later on and be able to get groceries. So the update is last week we got a call from GMSV. They reckon it's the coolant temperature sensor or level sensor, I think, that's gone. That triggered the engine light, but I don't know. I did tell them about the service emissions that came up on the dash, and they mentioned nothing about that. So interesting. They obviously know what they're doing. We've got to trust the industry. But the problem was they only receive deliveries from GMSV on certain days. So they said Monday, which is today. It's already 11:30 today and I haven't heard anything. So holding thumbs, they get the part, and the next time I hear from them will be to say, hey, your car's ready, come and get it. Hooray. Got a call this morning at about 8:30. Today's Wednesday. So the car was picked up last week Tuesday by the tow truck company to say the car's ready. Oh man, I'm so excited. But it's been a runaround with, to be honest, like we're just trying to tell people our experience with GMSV care or roadside assist. And like I thought, it's going to be a problem for me to go and get the car. So after a few phone calls and talking to people and trying to figure something out, we just decided it's best we just get a taxi and screw it. Rung a taxi company in Wodonga and they said it's about 200 bucks. Could be more. So I'm currently just walking up to the Eskdale Hotel because that's the only address that was in the taxi service system. It's an uphill here, but yeah, and it's about 10 minutes away, so that's pretty cool. I'm just going to take a seat here quickly. Whew. Yeah, so we wait for the taxi to come. It's been a bit of a thing this morning, to be honest with you, trying to organise, like, this is what I try to say to the roadside assist, GMSV's own roadside assist, about taking my car, going to fetch the car. They would only cover $55 taxi fare, so it is what it is. At least it's something, I suppose. You can't moan about that. And I just like as soon I just looked at each other, just go get the car, come back, pack the car, get all of our belongings, everything where it should be, and that way we're ready to hit the road. So I'll take you along and we'll explain the fault once I've been to GMSV and they can explain it to me. I'm a little bit concerned that what they've picked up is not quite related to that service emissions system. So I have had that conversation with Olive on the phone this morning, and she says no, they put the scan tool on and that is the fault. So let's hope when we drive back here there's no more dramas and we can just keep going. Okay, here comes the cab. He's here. Hello mate. Here he is. There we go, Wodonga. Here we go. Hello mate, Derek. Yeah, must sit at the back. Hello mate. Here we go. How are you? Nice drive for you this morning. Yep. Yeah, it's a GMSV dealership, mate. Here we go. What's it, about 50 minutes, mate? Yeah, about 50 minutes into Wodonga. Here we go. Righto, we made it into Wodonga, GMSV. Taxi fee was actually not that bad, 164 bucks. And it took us 50 minutes, so look here we are, GMSV. So let's go in, let's just get this car, pay for the service that I had serviced here as well, because it was due a service, find out all that information, and let's get back. I just want to get going again. Woo, righto, we're back in the Chevy, baby. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what the problem was on the warranty side. Let me just get this paperwork. Found that the engine coolant temperature performance sensor was faulty. So they ordered a new one in and they've replaced that. And they've done more checks and ran some more diagnostics after putting that in. And they reckon it's all good. So there shouldn't be anything more. I paid for the service. That was on my side anyway, which is good. Put new wipers on. We're ready to go. Let's hope that service emission system, that's the big one, doesn't come back on while we go back. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Now I've been given the runaround while we're here to go to the shop and buy some decent food for us. At least we can have something to eat tonight, because I don't think we're going to be leaving today. Just because by the time we get back from Wodonga, it's now almost 12 o'clock. I'll only get back at about 2 o'clock because I've got to run around for Sue quickly while I'm here. It's no use rushing. Let's just repack, let's reset. But we'll just go over everything in a minute when I get back with Sue. We'll sit down, just go over everything, because we'll go right back to the beginning and just explain how this all happened and how we got it towed and why we didn't use our roadside assist and all stuff like that. So when I get back, we'll touch on all of that. Okay guys, the big question is, did we make a huge mistake buying an American truck? I don't think so.
Too early to tell.
Yeah, I mean, we've done 36,000 kilometers in the Chev to have that little thing. So I did mention in the episode, but I'll just mention it again. I found that the remove and replace the air duct, found that the engine coolant temperature performance sensor triggered the engine light. We've been driving the car now, we've done about 500 kilometers already since it's been serviced and had that fault, and it seems all fine. Like the car is performing just like it did before. So answering that question, it's probably too early.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see how we go with it.
We'll see how we monitor it. Look, we've heard good things, we've heard bad things. We obviously had a 79 prior, which didn't even hiccup.
We did have two problems with the 79, to be fair. That was the battery, which is maintenance.
Yeah.
And we had the oil level sensor go, which we had done in got done in Newcastle. So the oil light kept coming on, and
so
I didn't know.
So this is the same thing. It's a sensor, and at the end of the day, you know, it's a highly complex vehicle. There's a lot of electronics in it. I think if you do buy a vehicle like that, which we knew when we bought it, there's just more to go wrong. But we'll watch the space. Derek obviously is very good at keeping the car serviced regularly.
Yeah.
He does look after his equipment. We don't do anything silly with the vehicle, other than the fact that we're towing a heavy load, but that's what it's built for.
So after that, so we'll just keep going. We're still very positive with the car, but let's answer a few questions. Why didn't we use our own roadside assist? Well, when you buy the Chev, it comes with its own roadside assist that I'm pretty sure we've mentioned a few times in this episode. They wouldn't tow the caravan. If we had called our roadside assist, they most probably would have come out and fetched the caravan, moved us to Wodonga. But then you got to understand, with the roadside assist, they give you X amount of money for the year, as this is if I understand this correctly.
Correct.
So if we had used that little bit, if we had used that little bit of some of that money just to get there, that would have come off your yearly take. Now, we were very, obviously, but fortunate here that we got to that little town, Eskdale, where it had the RGA. We could survive. If we were in a completely different scenario, we would have definitely would have got us towed from wherever we would have been, if it was on the side of the road, or if it was in a free camp, or something like that.
And GMSV were great, right? Because they did come, put the car on a tow vehicle. They didn't tow the caravan because they said it was too big to tow. That's the feedback we got.
That might have just been the tow company that
had
was in Wodonga. They wouldn't most probably do it. I don't know. Regarding the GMSV, so they've got like a policy or something that you can find online, I'm pretty sure, where if we had gone into Wodonga with the tow truck company, GMSV's policy would say they give you a rental car for 3 days. Thereafter, it's $110 a day for us. So our car was there for 8 days or something
9
like
days.
that. I picked it up on the Tuesday. We got it back on the Wednesday. 8 days.
Yep.
So 3. And we're giving us 5 days. That would have been $550 out of our pocket, right? So there were some options that they had. The other one was the taxi service. They would only cover $55. We explained to them what the situation was. We ended up just looking at ourselves and going, we get the taxi, right? They did say submit the invoice. So when I paid the taxi, I got the invoice, was $160. They'll review it, and if they feel like it's fair, they'll refund us the full amount.
We'll see how we go.
We'll see how we go with that, but yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want to find out. We'll let you know. We've got to submit that invoice. So overall, I think it could have been way worse than what we were. We could have been out on a dirt road somewhere and the engine light come on. Yeah, but overall, I think GMSV handled it pretty good.
Yeah. It was all covered under warranty. There were no out-of-pocket expenses for us other than the taxi ride. Yeah.
The one thing I will say that the lady did mention on the phone is if they scanned the car to find it wasn't a warranty issue, if it was something else, like you put, I don't know, the wrong coolant in the car, because that's how I understand it, or the wrong oil, or you serviced it yourself, or something like that, and something went wrong, they would charge you for that like scan time. I think she said it was like $420 plus GST, or somewhere around that number.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to pay for any of that because, well,
It was a warranty
and
issue.
I've only serviced my car at GMSV. So that was it. That was the end result. We're back on the road. We're back bloody exploring, aren't we?
We are.
Hey, staying positive. The car's running smoothly. And we'll just keep going. And hopefully we don't have any more dramas.
No, hopefully that's the first and the last tow for the Chev.
For the Chev. Guys, thanks so much. I know this episode, it didn't start off the way, but we thought it happened. It happened. We recorded it to show you what the guy was with these American trucks, the service. I mean, I can't really fault them. But you guys take care. We'll see you in the next episode. From myself soon, Bobby. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.